Hey, it's LTNCBandsandClubs.com. We're excited. I've got a guest with me tonight in the country music world. Welcome, Nicholas Vernon. How are you?
I am doing well. I'm doing better than I deserve.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you, Nicholas, about how I started my day or a big chunk of my day today. I spent 4 hours at DMV. I needed to renew my license, and I think I got out lucky at 4 hours because it's quite a challenge these days to no appointments, or you just got to hope by chance. But no appointments. So I was up at 6 a.m. at the DMV by 6:35. And 3 hours later, I was done. I was about the 25th person in line. But a story to tell, but I'm not real exciting, Nicholas. But
That
that is,
sounds like an absolute disaster.
but that's where we're finding each other as we talk today. How was your day, or what was it? You're at one. You're of course music, but you're a stay-at-home dad at times, helping out, I think. But what does that look like today? How was it?
Today, my son got all his schoolwork done today, so it was a pretty easy day around the house, and my daughter made some crafts and more so made a mess, so that was easy. Ran out the house, did a couple interviews, made a couple phone calls, trying to make more things happen, then came back and made hot wings for dinner.
Ah, nice, 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 nice. We were looking over this and reviewing some information, but and really, I'd be pulling out. Of course, it's old school to pull out a map, but you're from, and I don't think you're there now, and maybe you live in the Triangle. I'm not sure, but Vander, North Carolina. Can you put that into perspective? Or I'm going back to my small town. I think I mentioned it earlier, Edenton, North Carolina, where I spent 20 years. And that's three stoplights in town, I believe. Maybe there's four now. What you got
Yeah.
in Vander? What you got in Vander?
In Vander, so according to the US Census, it's at 1,200 people, 1,400 maybe, because they
Oh.
added a couple new housing developments and shoved a bunch of people together. But if you look at your map, if everybody closes their eyes, or if you pull up your map and you see Fayetteville, when you go
Yes.
to the east a little bit and zoom in, you'll find the Cape Fear River. If you go east even just a little bit more and zoom, really, you're gonna have to really want it. You got to zoom in. That's where you'll find the Vander.
Okay. Okay.
There's
Uh,
a bunch of other communities around there. If anybody knows, they might know Cedar Creek. They might know Stedman. Vander is in that little pocket. Armstrong's in that pocket.
do you think I can find a barbecue sandwich there? I mean, is it?
You can find a barbecue sandwich. You can find pork butts. You can find an oyster roast. But you
Okay.
can find it.
All right. All right. All right. Another place to visit. Another place to visit. Hey, talk to me about your family in general. Big family, brothers and sisters, and all of you have some music background?
No, I have one brother. He has a musical background. We were in high school band together. He's a year older than me, but he's actually a detective. He's a hero, and I love
Wow.
him to death. My mother is a musician. She was the first female drumline captain for Cape Fear High School back in the day, and she plays the organ also. But I think she was the one who really sat me down in front of the TV and turned on all the music channels and all the music shows.
Yes, yes, yes. Are you in the outskirts or Triangle now, or
Do you know where the team formerly known as the Mudcats used to be?
yeah, yes.
Yeah, that's about 2 miles that way.
Okay. Right, and that they transition for them that they're moving to Wilson. Is that right? I think so.
That's right. The Wilson War Eagles, I think.
Yeah, yeah. Just a friend now opening. We're talking about Plus Dueling Bar in downtown Raleigh and in Cary, back then Bar and Grill, and he just opened that station in Wilson. So And
Love that.
we need to hook you up. We need to hook you up. Some bands, duos, and stuff. I think is going to be put on his calendar. So yes, we
Sounds
had
great.
Nicholas. We had to go back and think about it, but we met you a couple years ago, Oakland Springs Brewery at the
Hmm.
Apex location. I think they're in Fuquay Varina. Is that right, Tracy? I think they're in Fuquay also, but we met you in Apex. We love downtown Apex, and you've played there a few times.
I have. I have played there at Oakland Springs Brewing, their Apex location, a lot. Actually, a couple people showed up, and I booked some private shows in Apex last year because of that. So that's where I was playing in Apex.
Yeah, hey, very quickly, we'll direct people's ears to enjoying. I think it's one of your latest. I think you've got something coming out. You'll mention that, but we in the last couple of days. But your new single back in February, I believe, was "Take Me Back." Take Me Back, right? Take Me Back.
Yes, sir.
How did that come about, or is that part of a LP or previously, or is that the first single of something, or how do you describe that?
It's another single. It's
Another
another single in the
another
lineup.
another single.
Yeah, there's for me and anybody else who's independent trying to do this, I know I ain't got all the answers. So if you've got the answers and I'm wrong, call me. Because I'm using one single at a time. I'm dropping a song, promoting it, growing the fan base, dropping another song, promoting it, growing the fan base, dropping another song. And I
I hear
released
you.
six last year, and I recorded 10 more. And we're dropping them bad boys this year. We're gonna Hansel and Gretel breadcrumb this bad boy till I run out of songs.
Drop them, drop them. Um, Notice Nicholas drinking out of a mason jar earlier in preparation. We made the comment, so we wanted to make sure we give some credit to mason jar or a takeoff, maybe takeoff. Sorry, Nicholas, I couldn't find a mason jar. Well, I'm not on camera, so.
All right.
But and I lose my track. I lose my track going off.
Oh, sorry, I derailed us. We were talking about the song. It's a single. It came out. It's just the first song that I wanted to release this year. It's a little bit of a heartbreak love song. Released that bad boy on Valentine's Day because Valentine's Day is for the lover and the love lost. And figured it was as good a time as any. Put it out.
Enjoyed it. I like your tone, good lyrics, right, genuine to you, I believe, and your approach of you and meeting you years ago. But that just seemed how real it was, authentic and genuine. So yeah, great job. Good. Another song. Now, as an independent, gosh, I'm trying to keep up. As an independent, I mean, you can get this done a variety of ways, but I guess I wrote down the question. I said, where are you recording your music, or how do you put that together, or who's helping you, or is it?
It's God. That's who's
Oh,
helping me.
oh, oh, the master
So
DJ, the
so
master producer.
I I've been writing songs for a while. When I say a while, I mean a relatively short amount of time, very short amount of time. But I'd always had this goal, this dream, this idea, and no one ever thinks they could do it. They're like, "Ah, it's no, there's somebody else who's doing it, and they know how to get in, they know how to make it happen." But
Right?
um, my mother went to school with a member of the Gaither vocal band, Mr. Wesley
Oh,
Pritchard,
oh gosh.
and she used to call him Little Wesley. Sorry, Mr. Pritchard. Sorry. And I, I started doing this, and for a long time, when I was wanting to do it, she was like, "Let me introduce you. Let me call him. Let me introduce you to him. I'll take you over to the church and whatever." And it's never real. And then when I started playing music and started writing. Um, I was trying to figure this out, what I was going to do, and she was like, well, I think Wesley has a studio. Like, I'll give you his number. And I went, okay. So I called him, and he said hello, and I said, hey, Mr. Pritchard. I said, is this Mr. Pritchard? He said, yes, it is. I said, hey, this is Sherry Vernon's son. And he said, I've been waiting on your phone call a long time. Are you coming or not?
Oh,
And I
amen.
was like, buddy, I'm coming. I'm coming. When can you meet? And he graciously opened his doors to me. He introduced me to some people, including the producer I've been working with, Blake. Shout out to my man, Blake. He's the one who's been mixing and mastering my music. He's the one putting him and Wesley are the ones putting musicians around me in the studio. So the first six songs I recorded and released, they were all recorded in his home studio. I say home studio, but it's I had the opportunity to record or to write a song that was recorded on Music Row. That studio was no different than the one that was in Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Gotcha,
Um,
gotcha.
it's a really big indicator. You don't have to go to one city or another for some of the boxes that people want to check. You do have to go places to check boxes, um, but there are people around. There are people that will be a part of your journey and help you. And then this past year, we recorded 10 more songs. Nine of them I wrote. One of them is a cover. One of them is a gospel song that I've always wanted to sing. So it worked. And we recorded that in Charlotte at GAT 3.
Okay, okay. Um, I Fayetteville can have a couple of studios, certainly home studios or studio. I was just contacted, and of course, NC bands and clubs. People reach out. We're a little thing across the state of North Carolina. I've been doing this 14 years. Bands and clubs at different regions across the state, and have about 22,000 followers. So people reach out all the time, as they should. And just had a contact out of Fayetteville. Somebody has a recording studio, and I think through the years he certainly has done it well and hard and heavy, and maybe had a few years backing off of it, and just the inclination or a good reason he's coming back strong. And yeah, I'd have to find that contact, but yeah, yeah. So our state, North Carolina, getting it done, getting it
Yeah,
done.
North Carolina is growing. I can only speak for the country genre personally, but I do know the music scene overall is growing, and the country genre specifically is doing very, very well in North Carolina.
Yes, yes, yes. Where in the next 2 months or so, or a couple of shows for you? What's coming up just in terms? And again, congratulations, because this has been a fast track. 2023, getting in it hard, becoming devoted to it. I don't know, maybe your wife makes a little money, but paying the bills and trying to get it done. But what's coming up that you might mention?
Yeah, it has been a fast track. I started gigging January, February of 2023, and released my first song in October of 2023. Got nominated for two awards, and then released five songs the next year, last year. And I had two opportunities to open up for acts, but my social media wasn't big enough. So those management teams pulled some of those shows for me. But last December, I got to open up for four major artists: Zach Top, Craig Campbell, Drew Baldridge, and Ann Wilson. And so for what's coming up now is I get more of those opportunities because people are jumping on board. God is opening doors. That's how I'm doing what I'm doing. So um, by the time this comes out, I'll have gone and just open up. I'm about to go open up for Walker Montgomery. Really excited about that in Mount Olive. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
coming up in April, Lucknow Music Festival in Dunn, North Carolina. I'm going to go open up for Sawyer Brown.
What?
This
Okay.
this is all with my band. Um, Fayetteville, North Carolina, April 26th, the Fayetteville Dogwood Festival. I'm going to go open up for Drew Baldridge again and Josh Ross. He's upcoming Catching a Wave country act right now. And
Yes, yes.
May 16th, got to be NC in Raleigh, North Carolina, State Grounds. Come on. And then end of May, we're going to go play the Andrew Bike Fest in Andrew, North Carolina. So we're bouncing around. We're making sure we hit every town that I possibly can, hit every city I can, and anybody who wants to
Right.
hear authentic country music, I'm just doing my best.
Now, solo duo or band, how have you been privileged to put together your band? And I know they can come out of the woodworks, but they come from the Triangle, Fayetteville, or just helping you and supporting you, certainly.
They come from church.
Ah!
They come from church. I've been actually a bass player at our church for, oh my God, how old's my son? Six and a half. So about 7 years now.
Okay.
Um, and uh, and then just playing for years with a gospel drummer. And I asked him a year ago. I was like, hey man, like, or a year and a half ago at this point, I was like, hey man, if I ever put a band together, you want to come play country music? And he was like, that's not for me. And then his wife approached me and was like, ask him again. Ask him
Okay.
again. We've
Right.
talked about it. Ask him again. And he said, yeah, let's do it. And then my bass player is also my MD. He plays trumpet, he plays piano, he plays harmonica, you name it,
Uh,
he can play it, pedal steel. And now my new guitar player, he's also a guitar player at our church. And uh, that's what I mean when I say the reason I'm doing it is God. I'm not doing it. And God has opened these doors, and it's been planned from 7 years of playing with this guy and meeting this guy 5 years ago and meeting this guy a year ago. It's God painting the picture. And now some of the guys that I've been privileged to play with, I have no idea. I've not met them, or I hadn't met them or known who they were until someone goes, "You need to call this guy," or "No, you want to play with that guy."
yeah,
So
yeah.
the full band that I bring to festivals, I'm just surrounded by musicians who are second to none, and they support me and they supported my music and my story, and I couldn't be more thankful
Well,
for who I've got.
Nicholas, can we give your church a shout out? What church is it? Or
Yeah,
up
Focus
background here,
Church.
we're going and listening, listening more often to sermons online and so forth. But the music is just outstanding at Elevation Church all across the state of North Carolina and gosh, the world. But what church is that?
Yeah, you're going to want to look for Focus Church.
Focus.
Focus Church is in Raleigh, but there's three campuses.
Yes.
And you can find all those campuses online. There's one in the Regal White Oak Movie Theater in Garner. That's a mobile campus. There's a campus in Apex, and now there's our east location. We're actually building a new building and renovating another building, and so they're building. They're now in a mobile campus, and I forget the name of that location. It's only been like a couple weeks
Right,
that's now
right.
taken place. So just go to focuschurch.com or just type in Focus Church on YouTube. Um, Pastor Mike Santiago, he does a decent job. You got to give him credit.
Well, here we are. Shout out for Focus. Yeah, certainly glad to do that. And oh gosh, by any chance, Fayetteville Dunn, do you know rising country music star, local North Carolina? But do you know Allison Radcliffe? Do you know of Allison Radcliffe? If not,
I
you look
know
her
that
up.
name, I think.
If
I'm pretty
not, you
sure
look her
somebody's
up.
told me that name.
I'll be glad to drop her name too, Allison Radcliffe, but a real sweetheart. And yeah, church raised and good background there. But yeah, what a takeoff! What a good fast cycle for you. And again, 2024 CCMA winner, Male Artist of the Year. And we were well aware of that, or coming into 2025, and you had that recognition and what we were seeing on social media. And then a year prior, 23, you were the nominee for Male Artist of the Year. So yeah, right on the track of your beginnings. You really hit a lane, a good lane. Um,
Can
uh,
I interject here for just a minute?
Oh,
Hey, Tracy here.
Hey,
Hey, honey. So I'm just sitting here watching you and listening to you, and I know you can't see us, but I want you to know as we listen to you and all that you've accomplished, like we are smiling so big, so happy and excited for you. And we are old enough to be your parents, so I'm like over here like a mama would be like, yeah, that's my boy. That's my boy. Look at all he's done. I mean,
thank you.
I mean that so sincerely, taking it by storm and, God has put you in this place and it's just the right place for you to be. I can feel it. I can see it all over you. And I just had to say that, because
Thank you.
it's been a joy listening to you. And, I mean, I know we've been promoting you for a few years, but it's been a joy to have this time to chat with you.
and it's all hard work. I mean, even what we do in the promotion world and do it as a hobby. But yeah,
Right.
it's any mission or any passion. It's hard work. But yeah, you can see it right with you just in terms of genuine. It's close to your heart, and obviously. You're aspiring. Where do you hope to? What do you hope it looks like in 5 years?
Um, I I don't know the time frame because
Right?
somebody asked me that question a year ago, and I certainly I wasn't thinking that I was gonna have some people in my Rolodex or on my around my belt loop that I've had in the past year. Um, I guess if I can use Dave Rose, who's been an absolutely wonderful mentor and guide to me. He's not my manager. I'm fully independent. My bank account says so, but I'm overwhelmingly blessed from him and
Dave
his
Rose,
help,
right
his
here at
wisdom.
in Raleigh with what,
Yep. Deep South.
Entertainment, right? Deep South.
Yes, sir. I've met with him a couple times, and he's absolutely uh, helped
Yeah,
me understand what I don't, because I signed up to write country songs and play guitar. I don't know what I'm doing, so I hire a professional. I call a professional to what do I do with my hands in the morning?
right,
So one
right,
of the things he said to me was and not no, maybe not a time frame, but he said, when is the next checkpoint? Like when can you turn around and high five yourself? Like I've
right.
already read his books. He can't slip one past me. I already read his books. I he do I want to be on radio? Well, I'm on country radio. Glory to God and glory to 94.7 QDR and B93.9 put me on the radio station 98.5 The Cat out of
Yes,
Rocky Mount or
yes.
not the Cat the Big Dog. I'm working on the Cat right now for Charlotte. Um, so I'm on radio. Is it opening up for some acts? Well, now I've done that. So I think what I would like to see myself in 5 years is um, I have a couple things in mind that I want to grow and I want to start and I want to um, see what happens with. But I think in 5 years or my next big, well, I'll know what's going on or what I'll enjoy when I can high five myself sort of thing is um, when my schedule fills up for me, faster than I can try to fill it. Um, North Carolina country music is on the rise, and it has been for a little while, but now it is growing very, very rapidly. There are wonderful, excellent musicians, artists, writers in North Carolina. Um, Shout out to the Bird's Nest in Dunn for making that aware to a lot of people who aren't aware.
Yeah.
And like I said the other day, you have to go to places to check boxes. If you want to go to be in the movies, you got to go to LA. You got to go to Atlanta. You got to go. If country music, home is in Nashville, you're gonna do country music, you got to check boxes. But there are a lot of things you don't have to do in certain areas. And North Carolina growing as a staple for country music is humongous for our genre. So I think in 5 years, maybe not for me, but I would love to see country music have maybe not two homes, but I'd love to see another home of country music appear in the Carolinas in because Texas already has its own brand of music. If you want to go play country music in Texas, you better be ready. So Texas has its country music and Nashville has its country music. I think in 5 years, I'd love to see everybody recognize, not for me, but just in general, to see North Carolina country music is its own entity.
Yes, yes. It's not, it is down the music lane also, but we oftentimes get compared, well, technology music lane, but at times Raleigh gets compared to Austin, Texas,
Hmm.
and have not yet it's on our list, our bucket list to do all the music festivals there, all that's in Austin, just like Nashville. And here we are talking to you. We're music people, but we've been through Nashville, but we haven't spent days, or we look forward to that. But you would travel regionally where God takes you and so forth. I think that's
Absolutely.
part of the vision. And
Absolutely.
um,
My guys, as long as I can cover their bills when they take the day off work, if we've got to go for a 5 day run, they're all ready. I'm ready. My musicians are ready. I think my songs are ready too. Yeah, I'd love to travel regionally. I'd love for some artists to come pick me up. Drew, I know you're still independent, big dog. Drew Baldridge, when I open for you a second time, buddy, like we just need to make it a regular thing. Come get me. Come get me.
yes, 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 definitely, definitely. Hey, backing up, and I'm sorry for the order, Nicholas, but
That's
this
fine.
this means a lot to you or your family history. three generations farming in the Vander area or outside of Fayetteville, and wondering a little farming in my family background, but used to be tobacco
Hmm.
down east and some in Virginia, peanuts. But what was it? What was it for the family, or is somebody still farming?
Yeah, so the field now, so bless my granny, she's no longer with us. My papa is he's tired. So it's currently being farmed and it's depending on what time of year it is. It was tobacco at one point, but now it's not. Depending on the time of year, it's either cotton or peanuts.
Yes, okay. Still some mainstays of North
Yes.
Carolina, right? Cotton
Oh
and
yeah.
peanuts. And we were mentioning Edenton, North Carolina, and I think, gosh, I mean, yeah, your background is amazing. I taught high school for 9 years in Edenton, North Carolina. I was reading just coincidence today, or just the timing. You've got a new interview coming out in online print, online, Voyage Raleigh, right? Voyage Raleigh, and we've done
Yep.
that experience too, and that was good for us too in our growth path or getting information out there. But I'm reading, you were a former teacher.
Yes.
Uh,
The same way a general contractor hires out specialists to put in the electric wiring or do the plumbing, there is an industry now of high school, middle school band directors that will hire out specialists to come in and teach their programs. And I've done that since my first year of high school was helping out another, or my senior year of high school was my first year helping out another program and teaching. I went to college for music education. I did not finish. I wanted to be happy, so I left college and married my wife. But I've been teaching. I finished all my music eds for anybody panicking. But I've been doing that since 2005. No, oh my gosh, 2013. Officially stepping into that role.
okay, okay. Now, a contrast to you, but certainly a backbone of your family unit. Your wife, career driven, or what industry? What does she do? Or got to keep you straight. But yes, what
Yeah,
is?
that's actually her full-time job is keeping me out of trouble.
Amen, amen, amen. But was she involved in music or just a career path of
That's
years?
how we met. She is a musician. She was an excellent musician. She has not played the French horn in a long time, but that's how we met. She's a French horn player, a French horn musician. She was also a percussionist in high school, but we didn't meet until college. But she's a phenomenal musician and had a wonderful smile, and her eyes took me off my feet, so couldn't run
Oh,
away.
oh, great, great. Hey, let's do this. Let's do. We mentioned the famous game of rapid fire.
Okay.
Give you two choices, and you just go right at it. Pick pretty quickly here, Nicholas. And
Okay.
then let's make sure we give your social media where people can find you. And gosh, I've enjoyed this, appreciated it. And we're still trying to master all this Zoom technology just for the old folks over here. But you've
It's
helped
no
us. You've
problem.
helped us. Just at least we could get you on the screen. But that's just fine. That's just fine.
I
But
really appreciate it. I really do.
yes, yes. And I think you've already in tune to us, but make sure you're that new website for the whole state, but ncbandsandclubs.com. Getting
Hmm.
better all the time. All volunteers over here. We have a nonprofit, love local music, all that. But yes, we'll go ahead and do that. Rapid fire. All right, hold on. I got something on the screen. I can't. All right.
I'm ready.
All right, this says 8 minutes, so I think we're good. But yeah, we'll do this quickly. Rapid fire. Ice cream or cake?
Pecan pie, ice cream.
Yeah, yeah, I heard you. I heard you. Traveling down a dirt road or a paved highway?
Which car am I in? Am I in my truck? Dirt road. If I'm in a, never mind. Ignore the car comment. It's not street legal. Dirt road.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. No, I understand all this church talk, but we just watch our limits and so forth. But beer or liquor?
Oh,
Sir.
Mason,
beer,
Mason jar, I think has water.
liquor before beer. You're in the clear.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. Beach or mountain?
Mountain.
Mountains. All right, mountains. All right. I think I don't think I did too bad here or stereotyping, but Ford or Chevy? Ford or Chevy?
Ford.
Ford. All right.
Ford all day long.
All right.
And yeah,
Exclamation point.
and I think social media, or as deep as I get it, I think I chose this right, but just help me out. Blondes or brunettes?
Brunettes.
Brunettes.
There's not a gun off camera holding me hostage, I promise.
Okay, all right, appreciate it. All right, this has been fun, Nicholas.
Yeah.
On the social media and where people can hear you and find you just in this exciting path for you. But what are those links of social media?
Yeah, nicholasvernonmusic.com is my official website. You can find me on social media at Nicholas Vernon Music. I am on all the platforms. I might not be good at all the platforms, but I'm on them all. Um,
We
and then
understand that. We under
on all the streaming platforms, just type in Nicholas Vernon. My beard should come up. My cowboy hats should come up. Don't whatever your coffee barista spells it. Oh, I'm wearing my hat. It's spelled Vernon. But when I go to the coffee bars or the fast food and they ask me, oh, there's a post on my Instagram. I've gotten Vernie, Fern, Dern, Burnin. It's the most complicated name on the planet. But
oh,
Nicholas Vernon Music on socials, nicholasvernonmusic.com. My new single, April the 4th. I'm really excited. So go check that one out.
and what's the title of that one?
One Foot on the Ladder.
All right, I assume we could say 1 foot on the ladder. Oh, and I want to get in here. We mentioned, yeah, but interesting lyrics. Eating devil eggs when the work is done. So great lyrics, great job on the writing. And no, Nicholas, thank you so much. We've enjoyed this a lot. Again, this is on this end. It's Tracy and Lawrence, LTTL with Bands and Clubs of the Triangle, Bands and Clubs of Eastern North Carolina. That's a partial list there, but our statewide new website is ncbandsandclubs.com. We have a search engine of putting in and trying to help people. Where can you go hear local music today and have a great time? So, and in the Triangle, we even put out, I think you're aware, Nicholas, we put out a weekly list. So every
Yep.
day of the week, and St. Patrick's had 309 events. We run about 230 on average. So just we're blessed in this community we call our home, and from Vander or Fayetteville to the Triangle and across the whole area of North Carolina. But thank you so much. Thanks for being with us, and we'll get us back to thinking about we'll think about that pecan pie or get to that ice cream. I think we got some ice cream in the freezer, Nicholas.
Oh,
Perfect. Perfect.
you're the best. Such a great time. We love promoting you, and this has been a great interview. And thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule.
Hey, hope to see
Thank
you
you
soon,
for
Nicholas.
inviting me. Thank you.
Hope to see you
You're
soon.
very welcome.
All right,
Take
God
care.
bless. God bless.